Thanks for stopping by for my review of Kid Icarus Uprising on VideoGamesBlogger.com. The first Kid Icarus game came out nearly my entire lifetime ago, but is still remembered as one of the great classics of the original Nintendo system. The story starts us out with the adorably clueless but heroically brave Angel Pit. Alone, he's practically hopeless. Luckily, he is friends with the Goddess of Light and Guardian of the human race, Palutena. She gives him wings, and he helps her protect the human race. It's one of those symbiotic relationships. Palutena handles all the behind-the-scenes stuff. She tells Pit where to go and gives him information on the enemies. Even though Palutena is a perfectly nice goddess, everybody has enemies. Her big baddie is the dark goddess Medusa and her underworld army. Even though she is the guardian of the human race, she still needs an angel to go down to Earth for her and deliver the swift hand of justice. Pit doesn't even have to use his hands. He has plenty of weapon choices. Blade, staff, claws, bow, cannon, orbiters, arm, and palm. When I settled in to play Kid Icarus Uprising for the first time, I had just fluffed up the unnecessarily high amount of pillows on my bed and settled in. I was so comfortable, I planned to play all night until I fell asleep. I probably wouldn't have slept at all that night if I had remembered to bring the stand that came with the game into bed with me. Unfortunately, I didn't think I would need a stand. That assumption was totally wrong. With my right hand, I had to use the stylus on the touchscreen for targeting, and then had to hold the 3DS in my left hand and squeeze the left bumper with my index finger and use the circle pad right up here with my thumb. Trying to play the game and hold the 3DS at the same time is awkward and almost impossible to play with the 3D enabled. Because I couldn't hold the top screen straight and work the bottom screen at the same time. It's okay though, because even with all the awkward handling, I still couldn't stop playing the game long enough to get up and go get the stand. Or that may just be pure laziness. Once I did get the stand to play Kid Icarus, it totally solved the problem as long as I played on a flat surface. Anytime I was lounging, I did end up turning off the 3D function. Once the awkward handling of the 3DS console was solved, the actual game is extremely fun to play. Each chapter of the game is broken up into two sections, air battle and land battle. I have to admit that air battle was my favorite part of the game. An action-packed rail shooter. Admittedly, that is one of my favorite genres, to be fair. Landed battle isn't too shabby either. On the ground, Pit is in the thick of it, and the gameplay handles more like a third-person shooter. Both types of gameplay are extremely enjoyable and offer the player a lot of action. The style of the game is typical of Nintendo games, colorful and simple with broad appeal. When I was using the stand, I could turn on the 3D and it looked really good, especially in the cutscenes. Many of the in-game visuals during the air battles were especially impressive, flying over cliffs and down into valleys. It made the game seem like it was on a very grand scale. I especially like that each of the weapon categories had their own distinct animation during the battles, which greatly added to the variety of the gameplay. The voice acting was very natural and believable, and I instantly liked all the characters introduced. I was a player who had not previously played the original Kid Icarus for NES. I didn't have any nostalgia to connect me with the characters. The personalities of the characters shined through the voice acting. Continuing on the same note, the music in Kid Icarus Uprising sets the tone for each level of the chapters. When flying through the air, the music is uplifting with a quick, light tempo. While on the ground, perpetually heading towards more enemies and mortal danger, the music has a fast and even tempo, increasing the feeling of anticipation towards the impending boss battle of the chapter. I have always loved shooters on rails, which is probably why I'm such a fan of the air battles in Kid Icarus Uprising. I felt like I was right there behind Pit, flying along, shooting down enemies. It captured the exhilarating freedom of actually flying through the air. Almost as awesome was the wide variety of collectible weapons available in the game. That provided many hours of fun. The worst aspect of the game is the awkward handling of the 3DS. This issue is easily overcome, but it is a little unfortunate that I can't sit back and relax while playing Kid Icarus because I want to play it a lot. In the US, the retail price of Kid Icarus is about $40. At that bargain price, there is still plenty of replay value in this game. There are 9 different categories of weapons ranging from bows to claws, and each category has at least a dozen weapons to collect or create. On top of everything to see and do in Kid Icarus Uprising, the game also has a number of augmented reality cards, which can unlock content. I think the integration of augmented reality cards are a fun, creative aspect of the game. I also think they should have gone ahead, made an effort, and made a full-fledged card game that went along with the video game. That would have taken it to the next level and would have been a great opportunity for cross-promotion and building brand power. I recommend this game to everyone. I think it's amazing, it's awesome, it's nearly flawless. In technical terms, it's extremely fun. Fans of the old game will get to see their beloved franchise recreated in a new, fresh way. As long as you play the game with the stand, I think it's impossible not to like it. The gameplay is fantastic, the world itself is fun and colorful, and the game leads the player on an exciting adventure. I especially recommend this game to parents of young children, because Pit is such an endearing character who, despite being naive, still wants to do the right thing. Do you plan to pick up Kid Icarus Uprising? If you already own the game, let me know your impressions of it down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, love and peace from my PC to yours.